So today's topic is about examination and the features of the pulse. Pulse examination is a general examination but important in all the systems, much more for the cardiovascular system. How to examine the pulse? Conventionally, we use the radial. Three fingers, we use it conventionally for assessment of the vessel wall. The three fingers are: one, the ring finger towards the wrist, the index finger towards the elbow, middle finger, we have to keep it over the radial artery. The finger which is towards the wrist has to press it and prevent any collateral from the ulnar artery to the radial artery. The index finger is to drain out the blood from the radial artery. Then the middle finger is used to palpate for the vessel wall thickening. But now we do it other method. I'll tell what it is. Now, what are things to be seen in the pulse? One, the important is the rate. Second, the volume. Third, the rhythm. Fourth, whether there is any vessel wall thickening. Fifth, the character of the pulse. And lastly, whether there is any delay in the pulse. But remember, in the clinical examination, always examine all the vessels. That is, the carotid, brachial, radial, femoral, dorsalis pedis, posterior tibialis. Yes, first we'll start with the rate. The rate examination, always we do it for 30 seconds. Better will be 1 minute. Less than that is not at all correct. When the pulse is irregular, it is your bound duty to count it for 1 full minute. Never do for 5 seconds and multiply by 12. It is not at all correct. Second, the rate will be more. We call it as a tachycardia. It happens with, example, hyperthyroidism, thyrotoxicosis. If the rate is 100 and above, we call it as tachycardia. If the rate is 60 below, we call it as a bradycardia. It happens with hypothyroidism or some drugs. But commonly, remember, in athletes, it will be low only, rate about 45-50 only. It is for athletes. Second, regarding the volume, this I'll tell in artery by artery. How to examine first the carotid. In the carotid, first golden rule is never palpate both carotid at a time. It will induce occlusion of the vessel and diminution of the cerebral blood flow. One vessel at a time. Use the three fingers near the trachea, palpate it, don't press it. Because if they have a hypersensitive carotid, they may develop syncope also. You compare it with the other carotid, whether they are equal. Second thing, whether there is any thrill. For example, in a case of aortic stenosis, there will be a systolic thrill. That also you have to note it. But carotid, never use it for counting the rate. Next vessel is the brachial. Brachial is usually in the cubital fossa. But remember, in elderly people, it will be little lateral. So how to bring it out? You flex the elbow till you see the vessel medially. It is the brachial will be tortuous. It is called as dancing brachial or locomotor brachii. Nowadays, we use this brachial to assess the radial artery wall thickening. How to do that? You press the brachial with your thumb. See that the pressure is complete. Then you can see the radial artery which is empty now. Third, the radial artery. This is important particularly for the pulse called as collapsing pulse. I told you the three fingers, but it is usually used for counting the radial. Next important vessel is femoral artery. They may ask you where it is located. You remember the tips, navel. We go from lateral, in the inguinal area, first is the nerve, second is the artery, femoral artery, third is the vein, then there is the empty space, then comes the lymphatic. This is navel, we call it as. The patient should be supine. You palpate the femoral artery. If you want, you can auscultate also for the condition called as pistol short sound, occurs with aortic incompetence. Then the popliteal. Popliteal vessel is not that easy to palpate it. Popliteal, how to examine? Yeah. Patient should be supine, flex the knee and use both the hand fingers and look for the popliteal artery pulsation. But little difficult because the structures are hard there. Then comes the dorsalis pedis. It is difficult to palpate it because it's a small vessel, but anatomically you remember there is a tendon going on the dorsalis pedis. If it is not palpable, you dorsiflex the foot, the ankle, then you will be able to palpate the dorsalis pedis. So also the posterior tibialis, behind the medial malleolus. Why these two vessels are important? If there is a small emboli, they may occlude these vessels. Why you want to palpate the lower limb vessels? In a condition called a coarctation of aorta, you have to consider the lower limb pulse will be weaker, so you have to examine thoroughly and fully. Then, what are the character of the vessels? There are certain vessels, pulses, which you have to remember. One is pulses alternates. That is a good volume pulse followed by a low volume pulse. This occurs with left ventricular failure. Second, pulses bigemini. That is one normal pulse followed by an extrasystole or ectopic or premature beat. This is followed by a compensatory pause. Then pulses bispherians. It is two peaks in a single pulse. Remember the difference between the pulses bigemini and pulses bispherian is this one. Pulses bigemini is a two pulse. One normal pulse, other is extrasystole. Whereas pulses bispherian, it's a single pulse with two peaks. It occurs with aortic incompetence or AR with AS. Then comes the condition called as collapsing pulse.
How to examine collapsing pulse?
Yes. This is an important as well as interesting pulse. It is called as Corrigan pulse. Remember, other name is water hammer pulse. Water hammer pulse is a Western toy. They are filled with air and water. When you change the position, it will have a thud on the palm. How to examine the collapsing pulse? A good question. Remember, whenever you examine the pulse, carotid or radial, we always use the fingertips. Here, you should not use fingertips. You have to use the palmar aspect of the hand and lift the hand above the shoulder as well as above the head. I tell you, why you have to use the palm. If you use the fingertips, it is difficult for you to lift the hand. Second, if you use the finger, as you lift the hand, there's a chance of giving pressure with the fingertips and obliterating the real nature of the pulse. Then, why you have to lift it above the shoulder? Some people say above the head. That only the radial artery, axillary artery are in line. They will not be any kinking. The retrograde flow will be much more accentuated. The collapsing pulse has got a rapid upstroke followed by rapid fall. That's why it gives a thud. It occurs with important aortic incompetence and PDA, patent ductal arteriosus. Then the femoral artery. As I already told you, you have to not only palpate the femoral artery for pistol shot sound, but also auscultate. It has got a murmur. It is called a double murmur. It is called a Duracious murmur. Remember one tip in the examination, whenever the examiner asks you the name of the murmur, some names for Austin Flint, like that, or Duracious murmur, or Dragonsteel murmur, like that, always they are diastolic. Almost all the named murmurs are diastolic. Then the popliteal artery, nothing clinical significant except for occlusion in a condition like peripheral artery diseases. Dorsalis PD and these posterior tibialis for any embolic manifestation. It may be even a normal variant. Lastly, never forget to examine the capillary pulsation. Two places you can look into that. One, the fingertips. Fingertips, you can do two methods. Just press the nail bed. You can see alternate blanching and flushing. It occurs with aortic incompetence. But the correct method will be put a torch under the pulp of the finger. You can see the nail bed blanching and flushing. Or you can keep a glass slide over the lip, lower lip, and press it, and you can see the pulsations. For completion, I have to say two types of pulses. One is pulse deficit. This is important in a condition called as atrial fibrillation. Pulse deficit means the heart rate is more but pulse rate is low. For example, if the heart rate is 120 or so, pulse rate will be 85 or 90. Why this is like this? Because the left ventricle contracts, valve closes, the heart sounds are made out. But the ejection of the blood is not that sufficient enough to reach the radial artery. How to examine this? Remember, two persons are required. You cannot count at the heart rate as well as count the radial pulse. So, one person has to count the heart rate by auscultating. Other person has to count the radial pulse. You have to say start. Then after counting end, you find the difference. Second thing is pulse delay. As I told you, in a condition called as coarctation of aorta, it will be delayed. One clinical point is, or physiological point is, between radial and femoral, radial is delayed about 5 milliseconds because femoral is in direct continuation with aorta. So, how to do the pulse deficit, pulse delay, we have to find out. Ask the patient to lie down, keep the radial pulse on the hand near the inguinal region. You palpate the radial as well as the femoral. You will be able to appreciate the delay in femoral pulsation. This is because of coarctation, the blood flow is obstructed or delayed to reach the femoral vessel. So this will be okay for the pulse examination.